Hello, everyone, and welcome to day one of the My Variety Fisticuffs here at the Vatican City Superdome, here on our NHBL server, on our NHBL chat, Twitch chat. Hello, everyone. My name is Synergy, alongside Dandelions. And Dandelions, it's the day one of the Fisticuffs. How excited are you? Me too, man. Me too. You know what? I love the Fisticuffs. I don't know why. Because it's the tail end of the season. We're getting ready for our playoffs or our finals. We have 7 of our 16 boxes here already qualified. There's 3 positions going to be available here tonight. And you know what? Yeah, Dan, there are a lot of good matches here tonight. We're going to see the round 16. We're going to see the second round. Really though, I mean, there's going to be a lot of boxing tonight and a lot of good matches. So let's go ahead and let's talk about a couple of these big matches tonight. Let's talk about the first match that's going to be happening tonight: Comfy Len and Elgato and Sensual. Now, Comfy Len, he got upset by Bright Boy a couple weeks ago at the EU Finals. He's no longer our Sasha Heavyweight Champion, but he's still our Sasha Heavyweight Champion. You know that Comfy Len's going to come in here and have a chip on his shoulder, right, Dan?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. No, it's okay. But let me follow up on that. Elgato, though, he has shown improvement. Every match he's had, he's shown a little bit more improvement. Do you might see like maybe an upset here in the first round?
Oh, definitely. Upsets are my favorite thing in this series, so I'm always rooting for a good upset.
Yeah, I mean, especially over like Comfy Len, who didn't have the best. Obviously, he's still not the Tasha Heavyweight Champion, but you never know. It could go either way, and we've seen a lot of surprises here this season already. So it's going to be a good one. Another really good match that I think a lot of people were kind of like underrated a little bit is Ragewell and Meh. Now, excuse me, Ragewell and Meh, they fought a couple times over in the fight night scene. Not too often, but Meh is this up and comer boxer who has good, guys, a big future ahead of him, I believe. Going up against Ragewell, who defeated Comfy Len at our Fight Night special event that happened on January 15th. Defeated him for the Fight Night Championship. Ragewell lost the Fight Night Championship last week, so you know that he wants a little bit of revenge, but don't take that away from Meh. He's still a pretty good boxer. You've only seen Meh probably maybe a handful of times, if not, if any. He's only comes around the major circuit once in a while as maybe more of a backup. But you've seen Ragewell fight. Give me a detail of how Ragewell contests in a ring.
Ragewell sticks to his name very well. He's a very aggressive and out there fighter, but he demonstrates excellent control of the ring and makes sure that no one can really take over his side of the ring, and he always manages to keep up his dominance.
Yeah, and plus he is rocking a new computer. He had it for a couple months now. It showed him pretty good success over at Fight Night. You got to think that we'll have some kind of success over here in the major circuit. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Another match that is I think a lot of people don't really realize how big of a match it is. Angus Beef against Bax. Bax is our current reigning and defending Fight Night champion after he defeated Ragewell and Bright Boy in a thrilling triple threat match last week on Fight Night. He's going up against Angus Beef, who went up, and I'll keep saying this every time, Angus Beef almost won the first tournament of the season. But there was only loss was in the finals against Right Russian Bear. He was so close of clinching a tournament victory. He's on a tough side of the bracket, to say the least. He's got Ragewell, Meh, and of course he's going up against Bax in that corner alone. It's going to be tough for Angus Beef, but you said it yourself, you like upsets. Do you see him possibly going far?
Upsets. I can see him going far. No offense to Bax, Ragewell, and Meh, but I want to see him beat them all.
That's for sure. And and Bax, his winning, he's a Fight Night champion right now, but you saw he even said it too. This season he's had some good matches, but then he seems to kind of lose it towards the end, and then he'll give up like large leads and stuff. So hopefully he can kind of get back into the rhythm tonight, and hopefully that doesn't happen to him, and hopefully I don't jinx him this time. How about that?
Yeah. Last match. Knock on wood.
I think that was metal, but we're going to say it was wood. The last match I want to talk about is the match that everybody kind of wants to see. It's a shame that it's not going to be the last match of the first round, but it's definitely got to be up there in terms of just star power. Two of the longest reigning boxers in NHBL doing battle here in the first round. Right Russian Bear against Spot. They have a history.
Yes,
we all
they
know
do.
their history. They love fighting each other. Not a bitter rivalry, but it's a competitive rivalry, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Spartans won a few. Bright Russian Birds won a few. They're meeting in the first round, but a part of me is just saying, why can't they just meet in the final round, right? But tell me about, Daniel, you've been around for a while. You've seen these guys do battle plenty of times. Give the viewers at home a rundown of what you might see here in the first round.
We're going to see some very aggressive fights and a lot of adaptability. So you'll see a lot of different strategies come into play that are changing as the match continues. So you'll see some aggressiveness, you'll see some defensiveness, you'll see spin moves and whatnot. So it'll be a very interesting watch to pick up heavy boxing, but also good to watch just to see what's happening and what's to expect.
A whole lot of matches to go through. So let's get started here tonight with the first match. We have our former Natasha Heavyweight Champion, but still our current Sasha Heavyweight Champion, taking on El Gato Ancestral as we head down to the ring. They're going to be starting warm-ups here to begin things. So this is the big thing that we kind of picked up on a little bit in the intro, is that the stipulation for this is Buffalo Steak Sandvich and KGB. And I think El Gato did not get that message. I don't think he has the Buffalo Steak Sandwich equipped. He's got the banana. Okay, so he needs to switch out. I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to switch out. There he goes. So, Daniel, I know we didn't touch on it in the intro because I wanted to get to it, but while we're doing the warm-ups so that people at home can see a visual representation of this. Buffalo Steak Sandwich. Okay, let me read off real quick. Let me read off the stats, okay? So after consuming it, your move speed is increased. You have mini crits, and the player may only use melee weapons, which is, of course, and it lasts for 16 seconds. So you get faster movement speed. You get crits. Of course, you have slower firing speed with the KGB, but that makes the match so much faster, right, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to see these guys here, and you can see that they're moving around the ring. So, yeah, Coveyland didn't even take a hit there. So, Daniel, so just give me a rundown of how maybe boxers can use the Buffalo Steak Sandwich and the move speed, and, of course, the crits to their advantage.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who can, because it really is a change of pace, so to speak. Or literally, it is a change of pace. So they just have to make sure that they're aware of the move speed bonus, because a lot of people like to feign hits and try to advance to hit, fall back. But this movement speed, they could advance and go past their opponent. So it'll create some interesting movement in these warm-ups, and you'll just have to keep an eye on them to see how they do. Comfy Line seems to have it down to a science almost.
Yeah, and of course Elgato took that one, but we did have a fight night event that happened earlier today. Usually we have it at 7 Eastern. Well, because of the Fisticuffs, we had a 2v2 round robin tournament where they had Buffalo Steak Sandwich and KGBs. So Comfy Len was part of that tournament. So he's probably got a little bit of a wherewithal of practiced a little bit, which gave a lot of our boxers that are in this tournament a lot of practice with.
Yes.
But also, too, another thing with those crits, instead of taking 5 damage and dying, you take 4 damage and die. So, very different. Very different. So, it makes, you have to, basically every hit counts. And you don't want to miss a hit. If you miss a hit, you're handicapping yourself really hard. So,
especially
we're seeing
with the lower firing speed, essentially.
Yeah, if you miss, and you had a good point, Dan. With hit reg, sometimes it can do a lot of feint hits the faster you move.
Yeah, 2 is a very silly game.
It really is, but we love it so much we can't stay away. And you see Compulang guys go around Elgato really fast. You wouldn't have seen that in a regular match. So definitely an interesting matchup. Nothing too where I don't think it'll be too screwy. Everybody's on an even playing field. It just shows you how you can use it, and I think that's what makes this tournament really, really interesting. So Dandelions, while we're waiting for Elgato to come in the ring, final thoughts for this match. What are you expecting from this?
It's gonna be a very even fight. I think it's just gonna be back and forth, and it'll be good to see.
All right, so they both eat their sandwich, and then we're going to come out of the ring, and with fast and move speed, and both boxers missing a couple punches there. They both connect, 1-all. Elgato tries to get around Comfy, does not do anything. Comfyland hits. Elgato returns fire, and Comfyland missed, and Elgato's up 1-0. And of course, this is a best of 3, and Elgato's up 1-0. And Elgato did beat Comfyland earlier this season 2-1 in a regular match, and he's up 1-0. So, you know, Comfyland, maybe Elgato has his name. I mean, he's doing really well against Comfyland so far.
He's very much holding his own. But again, the issue we're seeing, I just saw Comfyland say hit sounds were registering, but hit reg was not working. So essentially what we're going to see is because of the movement speed increase, boxers are going to have a harder time hitting their opponent because the hit reg will be so wonky.
All right. Both boxers eating their sandwiches, and they're off. Elgato kind of staying towards his side of the corner as Comfyland tries to attack. Comfyland getting a couple punches here, and Comfyland was up that entire match, and he finishes off. It is now tied 1-1, Dan. And you saw
not having it.
No, talk about that aggression. I mean, he came out right out of that corner.
He basically said, hit reg who, and went swinging.
All right. And then they're off out of the corner. Comfyland moving to center. Ooh, what a dodge by Comfy. But Elgato's moving in with his aggression. Gets around Comfy. Gets around Comfy. And Comfyland gets outed in the first round again by Elgato. I want to know what Elgato's on, because man, he has defeated Comfyland in the first round for the second time this season. Not too many people can say that.
That was an interesting turnaround. Literally, Comfyland was backed into the wall, and Elgato was just swinging around the circle and getting on getting to the back of Comfyland, and it was a really smooth transition to be able to get to the backside and avoid being hit.
Now we're going to get ready for our second matchup, Katia against Fluffy Teddy Bear, who's cosplaying as the Bulldozer from Payday 2. So Katia, a little bit mixed results here this season, still doing their best, but Fluffy Teddy Bear, I mean, you know Fluffy Teddy Bear really well, Dandelions. Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's an aggressive but yet strategic boxer. Do you see him using that Buffalo Steak Sandvich to the very testing that limits of the extra speed?
I think he's continuing to cosplay as the Bulldozer fully. Frankly, using that speed and aggression as just a literal bulldozer.
Let's go.
Yeah, I try to play Payday 2. Didn't really work out too well. I wasn't the best at it, but the Bulldozer at that game, very scary. And as you see, the Bulldozer Fluffy Teddy Bear is up 2-0 in this warm-up round. And Katia,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You know, we saw in the last match, Elgato, a little bit of an upset there. And you've seen Katia box a little bit this season. I mean, they've gotten better in this matchup. They've gotten better this season. Every match, he seems like he's been getting better. So never know, right? You always like to see an upset, Dan.
Yep.
So, as we get ready for the third warm-up round, yeah, I mean, we saw in the last match how with the Buffalo Steak Sandvich how quick you can get around an opponent, and you know, if you're a Katia, you'd probably want to get around Fluffy Teddy Bear just to get out of his reach there. I mean, that's just so deadly, Dan.
Just
I mean,
gotta hit those spin moves.
He has to, and that seems probably the only thing that I think Katia can kind of do to try to just get around them. I think that's really the only strategy that he's got.
You just gotta keep an eye on a Fluffy Teddy Bear and see if you can get around him.
All right, the Bulldozer Fluffy Teddy Bear getting into the spirit of things. Oh, and Katia missing that first punch. And Fluffy Teddy Bear is up 1. Oh, they missed a couple punches. Oh, Fluffy Teddy Bear missed that punch. Oh, Katia almost did the unthinkable.
Ooh,
you see that hit reg?
Yeah, that hit reg is nutty.
It really is, and Man, Katia almost had Fluffy Teddy Bear at the end of there, Dan.
Mm-hmm. It was just that last hit on the Bulldozer is what became an issue, because Bulldozer was then Fluffy Teddy Bear was able to advance his hit
No way.
and basically swing and move while swinging in order to extend the punch.
All right. So Fluffy Teddy Bear's up 1-0 here in this one. And Katia trying to move on for the first punch, but misses again. And Fluffy Teddy Bear is up on the advantage, and just like that, Fluffy Teddy Bear moves on to the next round. And Katia tried to be aggressive, but it just didn't work. She didn't get the first punch off, and that was the end of their run in this one.
Yeah, it only really came down to that first punch. Katia had very good ring control and was able to find a position that was pretty good defensively for the ring, but the issue with the Buffalo Steak Sandvich and the KGB creates some disconnect and makes it harder to control the ring.
That's right. All right, so next up for our third match, we have Sandvich going up against Bright Boy. Bright Boy is our new Natasha Heavyweight Champion, our final Natasha Heavyweight Champion in NHBL history. He was very pumped. I talked to him afterwards. He was super pumped to be down in the record books as the last Natasha Heavyweight Champion, and quite frankly, the only Natasha Heavyweight Champion not based in Europe. So you know Bright Boy is running that momentum, and he's been solid in fight night events. I've seen him box outside of NHBL. I mean, he is solid. I think this is the best Bright Boy that we've ever seen of him, and that's scary.
Mm-hmm. But we just gotta hope that the crown isn't too heavy on the king's head.
That's very true. Or the belt too heavy around his waist. You know, you've cut off circulation from the legs. You've become paraplegic. You don't want that.
Or your pants just fall.
Or your pants just fall. But if they're too tight, they wouldn't really fall out.
Let's go.
No, if the belt's too heavy.
Yeah. You got me there. Yeah, you got me there. But Sandvich here, he had a really good rookie season. He's coming in this season, still doing pretty well. Still hasn't, I think, reached that level that I think a lot of people, including me, maybe thought he was going to be. But he's still a solid all-around boxer and someone who can challenge Bright Boy to go into the second round. You've seen a little bit of Sandvich. Tell me a little bit about him.
Yep. It surely will be a good fight.
Yeah, and we've seen Sandvich box a couple times, and yeah, he's an aggressive boxer, but he's pretty underrated. We've seen him in fight night a little bit. We've seen how he can react. Bright Boy does a spin move out of the corner there. These guys like to have fun, and Bright Boy is definitely riding up that high. And we'll see how this match goes. But Dana Lyons, what's your thought about how this match will play out? Do you see it being a really aggressive match?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely going to be an aggressive match where both sides are going to be at each other the whole time. But it'll be interesting to see what comes out of the chaos.
All right, the bell has rung. Both boxers getting their sandwich on. Oh, and just like that, Sandvich going out aggressive. They're not missing too many punches there. And wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
That second hit was something.
Yeah, and not too many missed hits in this one. That's a far cry of what we've seen already tonight.
Definitely. But the big thing was that curve that Bright Boy hit. It was that first hit on Sandvich. Bright Boy was able to angle that hit before the hit completed. And it was like this really cool whirlwind punch.
All right, so they're eating a Buffalo Steak Sandwich. Coming out of the corner, Sandvich hit for try to get a hit on. Bright Boy moved out of the way, hit him in the side. They both connecting punches there, and just like that, Bright Boy ties it up.
Complete with the head shake.
Jeez, what? I mean, they're so fast that it's hard to keep up on the calls here. Yep. But that's just how quicker pace, just Buffalo Steak Sandwich, how quicker a match can be with just a little extra movement speed. It's crazy.
The big thing was Sandvich was unable to get that first hit to connect due to the hit rig, but he was able to then cause Bright Boy to miss 2 punches in an effort to catch back up. It was almost effective for him.
All right, hopefully like your steaks medium rare because we're going the distance. Here we go. And it is Sandvich trying to make the first punch. Oh, and he missed it. And Brightboy was able to get 2 punches there. And he's up in this one. He's up big. Oh, Brightboy's caught lagging a little bit, but no, he comes back up. And Brightboy wins that one. Dan, a little bit of showboat for Brightboy almost costed him, but he ended up getting the win, and he moves on to the second round.
Yeah, that showboating is what Brightboy does best sometimes. And
Yeah,
it's
he
an excellent
does.
strategy as he now runs around the ring.
Up next, it is TD going up against Oni, and Oni's just kind of crouch walking a little bit. Oni's becoming a little bit of a cult favorite here in NHBL. Oni's starting to have that name being recognized. He's a cool little dude with a whole lot of attitude and a bird head. And here tonight, they're going to be going with KGB and their Buffalo Steak Sandvich. So as we get ready for the warm-ups, as you have I think the referee might be a little AFK. That's no matter. Just gives they're just going to do warm-ups anyways, because that's how we do things to keep things going. So basically, TD, I don't think he's making his debut in the major circuit, but TD has been in the Fight Night scene for quite a while, and he is slowly but surely building up a reputation down on our Fight Night scene, and truly making an impact for himself, beating the likes of Rage Will, even toe-to-toe with Brightboy on a couple occasions. I mean, he is starting to really build up his resume as Oni's still trying to get into the finals here in the NHBL Season 10. What does TD have to do to kind of progress himself from that Fight Night status all the way up to be a major circuit full player? Like, how is he going to really transition himself to get into that next level?
I'm not really too sure. TD did lose to Oni in the Backyard Brawl 2-0 first round. So this is a very much revenge fight for him. A lot of whiffing right now. But the big thing I'm seeing right now is Oni's playing a very curvy, I would call it, gameplay, as he's angling and curving around TD in a way that's almost like creating a roundabout. But however, TD is slightly teleporting, so that could be an issue.
We'll have to see how that goes as the matches unfold. But yeah, Oni takes that one. Like you said, Oni did beat TD before. So TD and Oni, it's funny how they fought up in the first round before, as TD only had a limited appearances here this season. But nonetheless, I guess you want to say a little bit, a little familiar opponents, even though they only faced one other time, and a whole different scenario. It wasn't Buffalo Steak Sandvich, but it'll be interesting to see how TD. You see how Oni kind of just sits there and waits, and kind of waits for his attack while TD kind of just kind of dances around. So that'll be interesting to see here how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as the second warm-up round is over there, as Oni's getting trying to get some health here. And so tell me a little bit about. I know you've seen Oni fight a little bit. Tell us how a little bit more of his fighting styles. We see him finish up his warm-ups.
Definitely a very aggressive style. Can give that right away. TD is trying to find some solid footing into the area, and is unable to get that solid footing, and has to deal with Oni basically running circles around him. So it creates some hard control of the ring.
All right, so match is going to begin for these two younger boxers here in the NHBL scene. TD has Oni up against the ropes there as Oni backs up. And TD was up a couple punches now, and TD makes it 1-0. TD was aggressive, so aggressive that he was able to push Oni towards the ropes, and that's exactly what you need to do here in this fast-paced contest.
Mm-hmm. Oni actually seemed quite confused as to what was going on after eating the sandwich.
Oh, and Oni probably clicked the wrong button, and there is a penalty uncalled here. I don't know if I think the match is just going to continue. And it's going to be pretty much fundamentally over there for Oni. we're going to hear the official call, but as of it stands, it's 2-0 for TD, but we're going to get a really good call because we're not used to that happening.
Yeah,
So, Simi, give us the call.
TD and Oni, if you want, you guys can agree to a mutual match restart.
Yeah.
Can I get a confirmation in chat?
Oni
Oni
declares
says
it fine.
it's fine.
Oh, well.
Oni says it's fine.
So TD's okay with it. Well, I think Oni kind of just passing it on. As
Yeah,
I think they're kind of discussing it.
If you want, you can
currently
do a restart of the round.
And we'll see if Oni agrees.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Oni does agree.
A penalty for Oni for tossing the sandwich at the beginning of the round. So that will be 1 warning.
All right, so a little bit of a flubsy little fingers there for Oni. But now the match is officially going to begin. Let's see if TD can actually try to end this victory here, or Oni can get a tiebreaker. But it looks like Oni's not getting a lot of punches in. Oh, he's starting to come back a little bit in this one. And both boxers missing. Oni getting a couple of... Oni coming back into that one. Oni with a comeback a little bit.
That's
What a
hit. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Okay, Oni. All right, we see you. That was a pretty impressive little comeback.
First round of the tournament to have the Buffalo effect run out.
Yeah, because it lasts 16 seconds, but those 16 seconds could go by really fast. So, just incredible comeback there. Awesome dodge and awesome being able to hit his hits the way that he needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Good round, tied up, tiebreaker. All right, and both boxers eating their sandwiches. Tiebreaker time. And TD running all around the ring. Oni backing up a little bit just to dodge, but he doesn't get a punch out. Both boxers trying to punch. Oni gets a punch off. TD punches Oni. They got 1 hit apiece. Oni decides not to hit, even though he had a pretty good opportunity. Does not. Effect runs out. Now it's regular KGB time. I think that's probably what they wanted to do anyways. TD makes it 2-1.
I'm going to have to review that specific round. I'm not sure you saw that, Simi, but did you see TD teleporting? Okay, I'm going to review it. After review of the clip during the match, I will cancel my previous statement as it was only on my hand. On the clip, there was no desync, no teleportation. The match went fine. So we will keep the score as it is, 2-1 for TD.
Lunar Raven going up against Penguineer. So, Lunar Raven, Penguineer made his debut earlier this season. Did pretty well in his debut. Going up against Lunar Raven, who's been off and on good, and good and bad for some events. Hopefully, maybe this time he could pull out a victory. What do you think could be in this match? You see an all-out aggressive, or do you see more of like a strategetic style? Because we've seen a lot of aggressive, but we really haven't, other than the last match. We really haven't seen a stop and wait like maneuvers or anything. It's all just been kind of attack.
Yeah, only in the last match, that very last round was very wait and defensive style. However, that passive warm-up round we just saw where Biggie Cheese waited about 2 seconds to eat their sandwich is interesting for a warm-up. And kind of infers that that's similar... Oh, he was typing? Okay. Never mind. But it could be a similar strategy there.
Yeah, and we're seeing from Lunar Raven at Fight Night. He's doing that. All right, so second round of the warm-ups here. And we don't know a whole lot of Penguin other than he also has a who like myself. So it's nice to find other people with who are in this community. He's been pretty good in his debut there. And now he's going up against someone like Lunar Raven, who still has a lot to prove. He did really well coming up in the off season this past, in the off season of season 9, going into season 10. Kind of dried up a little bit, but do you see him kind of making a push to come back here?
Could see a pushback here. The way Penguineer fights is very angled shots, almost trying to flick onto the opponent. So it'll be a very interesting fight to see.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've seen Luna Raven box a few times.
Go!
He likes to win in big matches, but sometimes he'll flunder like in the earlier matches. With Penguineer, we really haven't seen a whole lot much, so we kind of just have to just see how it goes here in the warm-ups. And you can see it's pretty evenly matched, but see Penguineer kind of running around in the middle of the ring there, but able to turn around pretty quick to his Luna Raven. So that's something Luna Raven's got to watch. You can't really go around Penguineer.
Yep.
Penguineer's just going to be there no matter what.
Especially when Penguineer is throwing angled punches like that.
All right, both boxers eating their sandwich. And now they're out of their corners here. Penguineer getting a first hit there as Luna Raven kind of backing off a little bit. Still trying to cope up with punches, and a jump by Penguineer.
That is a foul.
That is no bueno. And
Flag
Luna
on
Raven
the
makes
play.
it Luna Raven makes it 1-0, of course. Official ruling by Spogo.
Put him in the penalty box.
As obviously noticed, jumping penalty from Penguineer, that will be a warning. It is currently 1-0 for Luna.
All right, both boxers eating their sandwich. And now they're going to get out of their corners there. And Luna Raven trying to go around. Oh, Penguineer tried to do those kind of turning punches that you mentioned earlier, Dan. And it seems to play really well. You mentioned it earlier, Dan. There's almost those, I don't know what, I don't forget what, the flicks. Yeah, the flick punches that he has. They're just deadly.
They are. The big thing with that one is Luna had the advantage at the beginning of the round, but then Penguineer was throwing out those flicks left and right and was able to get a advantage.
All right, their sandwich is here. And the next win moves on to the second round. Penguineer not looking too good early in this round, and Luna Raven goes flawless in that round. 2-1, Luna Raven.
Absolute flawless round.
That beautiful done, beautiful work by Luna Raven. He moves on to the second round, and Luna Raven, he's going to be celebrating. Yeah, no. I know what he wanted to do, and he cannot do it, or Twitch will get mad at us. All right, up next is Rage Will and Mana. We talked about this earlier, Dan. You mentioned how Rage Will, how he likes to box. He boxes in a similar style. Matt has a really bright future in the boxing scene. He is our current NHBL Fight Night Ironclad champion, which he is wearing down at that ring, representing Fight Night, of course. So Matt is doing really well for himself. And for people who are at home who never really watched Matt box, you'll be seeing a lot of similarities from like a comfy land and just in like a White Russian Bear. You'll see a lot of the same movements that you'll see in those boxers. It's quite amazing how Matt has the same kind of mindset when it goes into a boxing match. And you'll be seeing it here tonight. And how do you think, with Rachel and Matt, they really haven't, and we say it for a lot of boxers, but the Buffalo Steak Sandvich has been a godsend for some and a thorn to others.
It's such a weird item in general.
It really is. Like, let's take a minute and just talk about the Buffalo Steak Sandvich in like regular play, right?
It really nerfs the heavy into a melee-only machine, and the only suitable thing to like pair with the Buffalo Steak Sandvich, in terms of like you're up against a platoon of enemies that are using guns, is the Fist of Steel. Not even bear heavy, Fist of Steel, because you have to run at snipers, medics, probably with their syringe guns out, or scouts with the meat shots. So it's just, you have to be able to adapt with the Buffalo Steak Sandvich, and the only thing you're going to use is probably the Fist of Steels or the bears to fit the set.
Yeah. It's a unique item. It works here. It works for us because you can only use melee, but it is a really weird weapon. And you imagine KGB, or not KGB, the Buffalo Steak Sandvich and eviction notice.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, fun in the totally opposite direction. Totally HE double hockey sticks, also known as hell. So
Much
we're
fun.
gonna get we're gonna get ready for this one. 2 out of 3 warm-ups are, I believe, no. We have one more warm-up. I thought warm-ups were over. I miscounted. We got so indulged in the Buffalo Steak Sandvich thing, I totally miscounted. But it's unique. And then you pay with the KGBs, and it's up. Matt just deletes them from existence. This is gonna be a good match. This is one of my. This is going to be a good match for me because these two boxers are big in the fight nights. For me, the fight night coordinator, to see these guys box is truly amazing. See how far they have come in their boxing career. So we're going to see for Rage Rule to come in the ring here for a minute. There he is. So warm-ups are over. They're going to nice little high five, a little good camaraderie there.
Good sportsmanship.
All right. They eat their sandwich here. And both boxers, and look how aggressive Rage Will is. Oh, but man with almost like a sucker punch. Suckered him in there and was able to come back into that one after Rage Will being so aggressive in that matchup.
You always got to be careful in being too aggressive that you don't overstep and fall into traps like the one he set by changing the angle and almost hitting him with the side right hook.
All right, and then they go off with the sandwich here. And now they got all crits, and Med just voluntarily getting in the corner there. He is letting Rage Will corner him, and Med is still getting the win. I have never seen that ever before, and Rage Will disconnects. Med wins at 2-0. That I've never seen that ever before, and that is the biggest things ever. How does someone do that, Dan? That is crazy.
This was also Mez's debut. Oh my god, I can't even speak. I'm speechless.
I've never seen that.
Mez's debut into the major circuit.
So we'll be seeing it. Right Russian Bear, spot. 1-on-1. Buffalo Steak Sandvich, KGB, Dandelions. Are you excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited.
You don't sound excited. You need to sound more excited, Dan.
I'm a little
You need to get pumped. You're a little hungry. Well, I'm sure these boxers would love to share their Buffalo Steak Sandvich with you. I'm sure.
Dining hall closes at 10, so I gotta keep an eye on the clock. Got 2 hours.
Got two hours. 2 hours. Probably only broadcast for a little bit longer. We're just finishing up
for an hour.
Yeah, we've been on for an hour. We've been having a good time here at the Vatican City Superdome for the My Variety Fisticuffs. And eating the Buffalo Steak Sandwich has made me quite nourished too. I could go for some. I don't know about Buffalo Steak. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for steak. So, but I could go for.
I'm currently on a college campus, and we have like a Subway in our dining hall.
Oh, I used to work at Subway. Don't even get me started on that. Oh gosh, I could tell you so many horror stories about Subway, but I digress. This isn't Subway boxing. This is National Heavy Boxing.
But I want a sub now. Watching heavyweight boxing.
When can we have Subway sponsoring NHBL? When? Maybe next season.
Yeah, next
wait.
season.
I'm sorry.
11.
Season 11 just have Subway as our sponsor. I totally. Yeah. And Fedor just said maybe if I still work there. Maybe. Well, Sherwin Williams, I don't know. We'll sponsor. We don't do sponsorships like that. We're kind of getting off topic, but this matchup, Buffalo Steak Sandvich, like we've seen all tonight, two really aggressive boxers here. And I think warm-up rounds. Nope, they're continuing with warm-up rounds. Now, we know Spartan with his Gator rule, and how he likes to go around his opponent. That's tough to do with the KGB. And you can see he's not pulling out that trick. He's going straight to White Russian Bear in this warm-up round.
White Russian Bear seems to be trying to go for angled shots, and that's not how the KGB works too well. You already hit Reg with the KGB as it is, and then you add on the Buffalo Steak Sandvich, and it's just a mess.
All right, now both eating their sandwiches. Best 2 out of 3. First matchup here between these two. And White Russian Bear trying to corner them. Both getting even punches there as they space out. White Russian Bear misses! And Spartan. Woo! I'm already sweating. 1-0 for Spartan in a very tightly contested match.
You know it's a good match when they're going back and forth right away. And as soon as that last hit, you hear like the Gen 5 Pokemon low HP music.
All right, the bell hasn't rung. And both these boxes coming out of their corners here. White Bear meeting them in the center. They both miss. Spartan getting a first punch over White Bear. White Bear answers back. And White Bear hits Spartan again. Spartan trying to answer. Not doing it. White Bear 1-1. We're going to sudden death tiebreaker. And we wouldn't want to have it any other way.
Yeah, Spartan was very much trapped in a corner. And I think with the KGB Buffalo Steak, you have to have the control of that center ring. Because you can go back and forth in the corner, your side-to-side momentum is pretty much locked to the ring. So having that center space control, you basically can block whatever direction they're going in and also be able to dodge hits.
All right, tiebreaker. Spartan's all geared up with water, and White Bear coming out in the middle of the ring as Spartan going from corner to corner, still in his end. Spartan missing a punch there. White Bear answers. Spartan hitting a punch there, but still in the line of trajectory for White Bear. White Bear takes out Spartan.
Oof.
And WRB gets the W. And moves on to the next round. That was a really aggressive match on that one.
Very aggressive, but again, Spartan was trapped in that corner, so it was easy for White Russian Bear to get in the middle and take over. But that still was a great match.
It was a really good match. And White Russian Bear faces Luna Raven later tonight in finals. Up next, Angus Beef taking on Bax, last match of the first round. Both these boxers have some respect from each other from the Fight Night scene. Bax, of course, is our NHBL Fight Night champion. Angus Beef has been progressing pretty well down at Fight Night, but Bax is looking to kind of stop that in his tracks. So, Dandelions, what do you think about Bax? I know you worked with him. I know we both worked with him.
Bax was the one that hired me.
Yeah, look at that. So, I mean, and showing and so we both know him very well in the commentating side of things. Going from staff, a commentator, going from that to be a full-time boxer and doing as well as he's done in the NHBL with Fight Night and the major circuit. I mean, that's a testament of what Bax can do in the ring, a testament of his character. I mean, he has done it all in NHBL, and he is pretty much just getting started for the most part in his career. So, I mean, that's pretty cool to see where Bax has come from to be a successful boxer and going into the finals this season. So,
Bax definitely picked up some tricks and tips just from commentating and watching matches.
Yeah, and you see here in the warm-ups, I mean, Bax has just been dominating the entire warm-ups. I mean, it's pretty cool.
First round.
Yeah, well, yeah, he lost the first round, but for the most part, I mean, he's been pretty dominant for the most part. And Angus Beef, you know, he has his way to try to get around the opponents, but like we said, Buffalo Steak Sandvich, Buffalo Steak Sandvich, it's going to be hard to try to get around your opponent like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough for all. Like we've seen, all these boxers have been pretty tough for all these kind of learn the movement of the Buffalo Steak Sandvich. So I think this is the last warm up here. So we see how these guys go in the last warm up. So this will be a good match, Dan. And well, I mean, from leading up to this, the last match of the first round. I mean, what was your favorite? What's your biggest moment here in the first round so far, Dan?
Oh gosh, the Rage Will Meth fight.
And both boxers eating their sandwiches. And both boxers kind of leaning into each other here. Angus getting the first hit. Bax trying to go aggressive here. Angus Beef miffed on that one punch, but it doesn't matter. Angus Beef makes it 1-0 against Bax, and that was a pretty aggressive style for Angus, but Bax just couldn't get those hits off.
Yeah, Bax definitely was beat up.
All right. Both boxers eating their sandwich.
Traded hits.
Yeah, and both trading hits there. And Angus Beef trying to connect a punch there, but did not. He connects there. I think they're about even. Bax answers. Oh, Angus Beef missed that last punch, and Bax was able to capitalize. Game of inches here in that ring.
Oh, hey, Subway. Oh, it's gone.
There's a Subway spray. For people who don't know on Twitch, there's a Subway spray. Since we're talking about Subway.
Oh, there it is now.
There
For
it is.
copyright reasons, it's not Subway, the popular fast food joint. It's Subway, like the New York Subway.
Yeah.
For copyright reasons.
Thanks, Bax.
Also, fun fact, Eric Andre is now one of the announcers on the New York City Subway.
Okay, so both boxers getting their sandwiches ready. And Bax trying to meet him in the corner, in the center of the ring there. Bax getting the first punch. Oh, they both missed. Now Bax getting a punch off of Angus Beef. Oh, and Angus Beef just not getting those hits off. Gets the hits off there, but doesn't matter. Bax wins 2-1, and Angus Beef just missed those crucial punches there, and Bax is able to get the win.
Yep.
A good match between those two. A
Came
pretty
down
solid
to even after the timer of the steak sandwich one.
second round. Bright boy, El Gato. Now you're getting in the spirit, Dan.
Yeah.
It just took us a whole round to get to it. Second round, best 3 out of 5. And look how fast these boxes were going. Fast-paced action. So we've already seen Bright Boy do very well here in the first round. We saw him defeat Sandwich in a pretty good match between those two. Elgato doing an upset against Comfy Len. You have to say momentum is riding on both of these boxers, with Elgato and Bright Boy both beating Comfy Len in a span of how many days or whatever. Elgato just beating him today. So Bright Boy, he is the Taj Heavyweight Champion. He wants to really show everyone that he's here to stay by winning the Fisticuffs, and he has every chance to do that. But Elgato wants to stop that in his track. Do you think Elgato has a fighting chance?
I firmly believe Elgato has a fighting chance. Elgato has proven himself to be a very strong fighter, so we just have to see how well he holds himself in this.
Yeah, and I think he can hold himself in his own. He showed that he can hold himself with Comfy. Bright Boy has shown that, with his noodle arms, Elgato won that one round. So, with a match like this, I mean, we've seen it with the Holiday Punch matches in NHBL history. There's a lot of upsets. There's a possibility of a lot of upsets and a lot of cool things to happen. We can see Elgato. If Elgato upsets Bright Boy here, he might be through the finals, because he could beat Comfy Len and Bright Boy. There's no stopping him. But Bright Boy, he wants to show everyone that he wasn't a one-hit wonder defeating Comfy Len. So it'll be a good match, as we see in the final from up here in this one. So
Yep.
see, pretty even fighting here. They both missed a couple punches there, and Bright Boy gets that win in the warm-up round. So yeah, pretty good warm-up round. Pretty quick action, as you kind of see with the Buffalo Steak Sandvich. Should be a good one, Dan.
Yeah, definitely.
Timmy?
All right, the bell has rung, and here we go. Best 3 out of 5 between these two boxers. Second round action. Bright Boy missing. They both actually missed a couple punches here. Bright Boy just kind of doing circles in the middle of the ring. And Elgato taking some hits from Bright Boy. Bright Boy getting those reaches in. And he's up 1-0 against Elgato.
Yep, Bright Boy was having full control of the center of the ring, which Gato was trying to get around him, but there's no getting around the center.
All right, so Bright Boy's up 1-0 in this one. As both boxers just going around the ring. And Bright Boy taking out Elgato with the first couple hits. Pretty even matchup here so far, but Bright Boy finishes off Elgato 2-0, and Elgato's got to kick in a high gear so he doesn't get eliminated by a sweep.
Bright Boy even hit him with the spin move.
All right, so Bright Boy's match point here against Elgato. And Bright Boy with more of a spoon. Ooh, and he kind of spin himself out of alignment there. As Elgato was allowed to get a couple hits, and he's trying to finish off Bright Boy here. Elgato missed. Oh, Elgato missed those last 2 punches.
Oh.
And Bright Boy was able to finish him off. Elgato had that match to win, and he missed. Oh,
A heartbreaker.
what a tournament. Indeed, what a heartbreaker that was. Bright Boy moves on to the semi-final.
Also, I just want to address, since we were talking about this during the commercial break, the eating animation is not included in the 16 seconds of the Buffalo Steak Sandvich.
It isn't.
It is not.
Oh. Huh. So that's... So, yeah.
About 23 seconds, so I guess.
Huh.
I'm trying to time it, but it's hard to determine whether or not the crits are over, and if like I were to follow the winner, I can't follow the winner because of the KGB crits kicking in.
Yeah, we'll have to do some little testing on the side to kind of see how that works more in depth. But we got this next matchup: Fluffy Teddy Bear against TD, and TD over the break was saying he asked what's the matches going to. I said, well, 3 out of 5. And he said, oh great, I have to lose to Fluffy 3 times. And I said, TD, don't underestimate yourself because you never know. You never know. So
You never know.
never know. So Fluffy Teddy Bear is a dominant boxer, but he hasn't gotten to the level as we've seen him before. He's lost a couple of key matches in these past several months. So this is kind of a way for Fluffy Teddy Bear to kind of get back into his game. You gotta get back in the swing of things here in NHBL, and I think he can do that with this tournament. He already had a good first round of the tournament. Throwing everybody at someone like TD might be an easy match, might not be. We'll have to see. So second one of the warm-ups is gone, and do you play Payday 2?
I haven't played in a while.
So if you would go to Payday 2 and you would go up to the Bulldozer and say, hey Bulldozer, how's it going? Would that indeed be Fluffy Teddy Bear? I feel like I might be onto something here. I feel like Fluffy Teddy Bear is actually, in fact, the Bulldozer from Payday 2. I mean, look at him.
I've never seen Fluffy Teddy Bear and the Bulldozer from Payday 2 in the same room together.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
So it's only fair to assume.
It's only fair. You know what I tell everybody? I only assume the worst. And Fluffy Teddy Bear is definitely the Bulldozer. Definitely, absolutely. But my guess is who would be the cloaker? My guess would be Spogo. I feel like Spogo would be the cloaker. I really do.
That was good.
You did that pretty good, Spogo. See, I called it. I called it. All right, so both boxers eating their sandwich. And the Bulldozer, Fluffy Teddy Bear, TD, they both try to connect punches there. TD was actually able to get a punch as Fluffy missed, but as though it is vice versa. What comes around goes around. Fluffy Teddy Bear was able to dodge a couple punches. He's up 1-0.
It was interesting, though. TD was able to get the first hit, but all of a sudden, TD was just whiffing and missing shots. It was really weird.
All right. So it is 1-0 for Fluffy Teddy Bear. They both eat their sandwiches. They go outside the ring. We all know how this goes. By this point, Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to get a couple punches off TD. He does. TD missed, and Fluffy Teddy Bear just going to go in for the kill almost. And just like that, it's 2-0. And TD has the right idea, but Fluffy's just so quick. And it's funny because the bulldozer from Payday 2 isn't that quick. And look how quick he's going. He can't be the bulldozer from TD. I'm sorry. He's not the bulldozer from Payday because he's not. He's too fast. Too fast.
Yeah, the bulldozer can be quite fast in the game.
Can it though?
Yes.
Can it though? I don't know.
Yes.
I really don't play. I don't play Payday 2. Okay? When I see the bulldozer, I see a very slow man. Gosh darn it, Dandelions, you're fired. Just kidding. All right.
All right, that's enough for me. My name has been Dandelions. I have been fired.
Both boxers eating their sandwiches. I'm gonna pretend I know Payday 2 references when in fact I do not. Oh, big lag spike for TD, but will it pay through? It does not. And Fluffy Teddy Bear wins that one 3-0. So there was a little bit, I believe, at least on my end, a little bit of lag spike. But I guess we're gonna wait to see maybe a dispute by chance.
Official review?
I mean, it could.
I'm just waiting for the officials.
Yeah, because we've seen it earlier, so we'll have to see if.
I think it would be good to review it just to make sure it didn't affect anything. So
Simi wants to review it. All right, Simi's going to review that one.
We've decided that the best course of action here is we are going to ask both of the boxers, do you want to have a round restart, or are you okay with how the round turned out? All right, so we will redo the round.
Fluffy Teddy Bear.
Yikes.
In chat, he just said, all right, let's make a thing. Oh, I love it. All right, let's begin. All right. As my in real life dog is biting my hand right now. Ow! Stop that, Tempest. We're going to get ready for this do-over match. TD missed that punch. TD missed that punch again, and Fluffy Teddy Bear connects. Fluffy Teddy Bear doing a nice little Oh! The bulldozer in Payday 2 just bulldozed over. Oh!
Ow.
And Fluffy Teddy Bear wins. Good lord. What the disrespect.
Lord.
We might see. We might see Fluffy Teddy Bear and TD. This might spill over at Fight Night, I'm sure. Wow. So up next, we are going to have White Russian Bear going up against Luna Raven. White Russian Bear, Luna Raven. So White Russian Bear, he has done very well this season, I should say. Luna Raven just kind of getting to the rhythm of things. Should be a good match, all in all. We know how White Russian Bear can do it. Luna Raven, he mentioned over break that, he was a little concerned and a little scared. But to be honest, if I was him, I'd be scared too. White Russian Bear's a scary person. I don't want to be in the same room with White Russian Bear because I'd be scared to look at it. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. Me and White Russian Bear have a very good relationship. He does map edits for Fight Night. Me and him, we have a good working relationship. I'm still scared to look at him in the eye, but we have a nice relationship nonetheless. Okay, right, Russian Bear. He just said, "Who are you again?" So we already know how Russian Bear is. How's Luna Raven? Like, how is he Luna Raven? How is he gonna defeat Russian Bear in this match? Please enlighten us, Dan.
With skill.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm just not 100% sure what you mean by the question, but it'll be an interesting
what does Luna Raven got to do? Because Russian Bear is such a tough boxer. You can kind of throw everything at him, including the kitchen sink, but not my bucket, of course. And what would Luna Raven do? Look at the warm-ups. He's getting obliterated. It's not the tale of what Luna Raven can't do. It's what Russian Bear can do. It's incredible.
I think the big thing for Luna is to get that center ring control and always make sure to have that ring control in order to get the advantage on White Russian Bear.
All right, I think the warm-up rounds are over. So
Let's go.
we're going to see here, or no, wait, one more. Man, I'm really bad at counting that. Man, I am terrible at my job. You know what, Dan? I'm fired. Goodbye.
Okay.
What a good guy that Sin Synergy guy was.
Am I the
great guy.
commentator now?
Might as well. You know what, Bax? You know what, Bax? I remember you teaching me one thing. One thing that you taught me was that that no one will ever be better than Bax. And you know what? I've lived by that standpoint my entire life. Anytime at my real life work, they'd ask me, "Hey, Sins," part of my real name, redacted, "how can you be better at your job?" Well, I can become my good friend Bax. And you know what they tell me? You're fired. Anyway, there's the bell. I was wondering when we were going to get that. Alright, so both boxers going out of the ring here. And Lunar Raven trying to keep up with Russian Bear, but Russian Bear only took one hit that entire match, and that's the aggressive style of Russian Bear. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what he does so good, because he does everything so good. It's miraculous. It's amazing.
And he also had large control of that center stage. And if you get that control, you usually have... I just saw Lunar Raven said the commentators are muted for them. Ooh.
I mean, some boxers do appreciate commentators muted just because it helps them focus.
Just like,
but I think he kind of assumes what we're talking about.
Yeah. The main thing is to have that center stage control.
All right. And both boxers get out of the corner here. Russian Bear with the first attack here. Lunar Raven getting caught with a couple of shots. Oh, Lunar Raven was close. Lunar Raven was so close to defeating Russian Bear there. But Russian Bear, with 1 HP left, was able to get the victory. So Lunar Raven decided that he is going to dispute.
After video review of Luna's disputes, there's been no evidence of it registration issues, so the match will go on as is.
All right, so here we go. Russian Bear has match point. And both boxers doing pretty even punches here, but Russian Bear unfortunately takes out Lunar Raven 3-0. And Russian Bear moves on to the semifinals to face Bright Boy. That's going to be a good match tomorrow. So yeah, that obviously tried to dispute. Dispute didn't work. So I mean, that's just how the way it goes. He's lived to fight another day, but Russian Bear moves on.
Kevin wants this.
So that match was good, but we have one more match. One more match. One more. Can I get a little more? It is a good match. It's a good match for if you're a Fight Night person. Which, if you're not, come to Fight Night Friday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern on our New York server. This would be a good one. Meh is the NHBL Fight Night Ironclad champion, which is our second-rate belt more just like second-level belt in Fight Night. A step up to get to the Fight Night Championship. And guess who holds the Fight Night Championship? Bax does. So if you're a Fight Night guy, you're going to love this match. Two of our Fight Night champions going at it. You don't see that. In fact, you probably haven't seen that ever unless you've been to one of our actual tournaments. So this is going to be a good match. Two experienced boxers. This is Mez's first major circuit appearance, and he already had a really remarkable and just memorable first round as he defeated Rage Bull by purposely putting himself into a corner. Never seen that happen before. So, do you see something maybe like that? Seeing a strategy like that again in this round?
Yeah, probably.
Go! Oh no!
These two boxers are very strong, and it'll be fun to see the Fight Night fighting them.
Yeah, it's a pretty good little bout that I'm sure we'll have to see.
Yeah, they're trading punches right now.
I mean, it's just fundamental. I mean, just how even they box. They're really just like boxing yourself in a mirror, and then forgetting that's a mirror, bust their mirror. You have glass all over the place, all through your hands, all over the floor. Now that I mention it, that's not really good. Don't do that, kids.
No,
Don't
yeah,
do that at home. Don't punch your mirror. Don't punch any glass. Actually, don't punch unless you're here at National Heavy Boxing League. There you go.
Yeah.
As someone whose daily job is drilling holes into glass, please don't punch the glass.
Thank you, Spook. I thought you spanked glass.
No, if I spank glass, it's just gonna hurt.
Yeah, so don't punch or spank glass. I think that's if there's one thing that I want kids today to learn is to not punch or spank glass. Okay, and they both eat their sandwiches, and a fight night dream match of sorts happening for eyes here on the NHBL major circuit called the Fisticuffs. Both boxers put in some even punches there. It's really going to be the last hit wins, isn't it? Uh-oh, it really is. Oh, man does it, 1-0. What an even contest we're seeing in this one, man. I am back from the unemployment office because apparently this isn't actually a real job, and I still actually have a real job that pays my money. So you know what? That was a weird compensation. Anyways, both boxers box up pretty steady. Mez in the corner here. Oh, still Mez at the corner here. You see that with Rage Will trying to go backs into going, and it does not work. Bax knows. Bax did the math on that one. It's 1-1. I'm losing it. Dan, please take over.
Baba Booey.
All right, here's the steak sandwich. Both 1-1. Bran Flakes. Good lord, why is he getting involved? I don't.
Okay, is Brad Flex getting involved in this match? I will surely get involved in this match.
Go away.
No, both boxers just hit their punches, and Mev takes round 3.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Meg took round 3. It's 2-1. Brand already took my job, so you know what, Dan, Brand, Bax, Spogo, Fedora, Mom, Dad, Tempest, my dog, my bucket, I'm fired. Gosh darn it. I had a really good run here. Really did.
Bax Flakes.
You think I could also have a go as a commentator when Sins fired himself for the 4th time tonight?
I'm so good, I just keep coming back. Probably because I'm in the middle of a broadcast. Bax, I think Bax is doing something. I'm a little nervous.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, get Tempest! Tempest, come here! Tempest, look! It's going for French! The 47th time! French world champion of French! In the flesh! And, it's Mekwa! Oh no, it's Mekwa! His arch nemesis! From French! He's actually from Spain, but we don't call him that! It's Mekwa versus Bukwa! I can't believe this. A fight for the ages. Bukwa. Oh my goodness. This is great. Bukwa gets the first hit. Bukwa goes down with 1 hit. Did not hit his punch. Bukwa has Mekwa in the corner there. Bukwa just has 1 punch away. Bukwa ties it up 2-2.
Kill the ref.
Yes! Bukwa just impaled the ref! Bukwa just impaled the ref! What a madman! Bukwa is unhinged! Here in NHBL Fisticuffs! He is unhinged!
Put the Spencer here.
Sins, I would like to start a petition real quick. Can we rename Bukwa's Buffalo Steak to the Filet Mignon?
I'm cool with that. Not to take away from what we're seeing here. This is match point, last match of the night. Bukwa goes in for a first hit. Bukwa gets it. Bukwa in for another. Bukwa missed that 1 hit. Bukwa gets some more. Does it? The evil twin beats Bukwa. It's 3-2. Med does it. And Bukwa is going to dispute it. No, he is not disputing. So McQuad does it. Man does it. He goes on to the semifinals in one of the best matches, entertainment-wise, that you'll see here in NHBL. We're going to be starting with the round robin tournament here. Like I said, those 3 boxes that have tied up will be going up against each other, one on one, blah, 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 until we finally have a outlier who will move on to the NHBL finals. Exciting stuff, Ridge. Exciting stuff. Never been done before. So there's not going to be any warm-ups here in this contest. They already warmed up a little bit before the event started. Like I said, just one round per box, one round, to win per round robin match. It's going to be TD going up against Elgato to start things off. All right. And both boxers are eating their sandwiches, and they are off here for this round robin starting in this tournament. TD getting a couple good shots there. Elgato answering. TD trying to answer back here, and TD gets it. 1-0 against Elgato.
I actually want to review this match because on my hand, like, he was teleporting. After video review of the match, I will confirm the reset of this current round. As for TD was lagging a bit and teleporting a few instances. So it's going to be 0-0 again, and we will redo the round.
All right. Boxers eating their sandwich here. TD going out of the ring there. Elgato is still on his side of the ring. TD missing a punch. Elgato misses a punch. TD missed the punch there. And Elgato continuing on the pressure here. And TD had his back turned against Elgato. And Elgato goes up 1 in the round robin. So not a good start for TD, of course. He almost won that match, but with some lag issues. Yeah, what'd you thought of that match, Rid?
It was strange to me. TD just flailed his arms around without real accuracy at all, really, through there. It seemed like TD just was kind of not knowing exactly where he was at any given time, and just I guess Elgato had a massive read. I just had all the reads on him in the world, really. TD had no idea where he was, just kind of didn't know where to plant the fist, which is ironic, really, considering that during the last round he won thanks to the lag, which was very strange. It was very strange.
All right. And both boxers eating their sandwiches here. And we are underway. So TD lost the first match against Elgato, looking to at least try to get up in the standings here. They both hit a punch. And some lag on the end. And that is going to prompt, I believe, the match to stop, because that was way too much lag to even think about considering continuing. So we are going to actually have an official match restart as Lunar Raven. Look at him jit around. He is.
Oh my goodness me!
All right, let's see if their internet's kind of don't be all wonky. Yeah, they actually work this time. Lunar Raven missing a hit. TD misses on his hit, but gets that one. They both miss. Lunar Raven gets a hit on TD. They both miss again. Lunar Raven gets a hit, and TD gets a hit. They're even here. They both connect, and they both miss again. They both whiff on it. TD whiffed on that one. Lunar Raven wins that match, and TD is eliminated in this round robin tournament. So unfortunately, TD does not go to the final. So we are actually going to be having a little tiebreaker here with Lunar Raven and Elgato. The winner of this next match determines who will be going on to the NHBL finals. And that's pretty exciting, Ridge. Even though with a little bit of internet issues, we were able to complete that match. And it turned out to be a pretty good match. It was a lot back and forth.
Oh no, yeah, it was a great match. Just Luna had a lot of positional advantage over TD, and just TD failed to hit these punches. But I gotta say, that was perhaps, and this is no fault of the boxers, they're good quality boxers, That was perhaps the worst round I've ever seen of the NHBL. Simply because both of them were lagging to shit. It isn't the boxers' faults. They're not bad boxers. It's just holy crap. That was painful. Both of them were just jittering everywhere. But we already had that. We can't necessarily do anything about that. So it's no fault.
Right. All right. So, who will be going off to the NHBL finals in June? Let's find out. Luna controlling the middle of the ring there. They both missed their punch. At this rate, the crits are going to wear off here. Luna Raven gets a hit, but then Elgato answers back. Elgato gets a little cheap shot there. Luna Raven finally answers. Luna Raven answers again. Elgato! Elgato Ancestral. What a match that was. And Elgato, one hit remaining, goes to the NHBL finals. Look at these two boxers. We have a legend known as White Russian Bear. We have an up-and-comer known as Bright Boy. Both boxers have had some success in NHBL, that's for sure. And now a clash of, I guess you want to say, champions. White Russian Bear, two-time Sasha heavyweight champion, a certified one of the best boxers in all of history, I would say, against Bright Boy, who very well can be the biggest threat in White Russian Bear's season so far. Bright Boy's just riding that momentum from the EU finals. Down in Fight Night, even outside of NHBL and boxing and the other promotions outside, as although White Russian Bear wins that round, that one warm-up round. White Russian Bear, Bright Boy has been riding momentum high since his Natasha Heavyweight Championship victory. Obviously, that's going to play well for him, hopefully, in this match, because you're going to need everything that you need to get if you're going to have to go toe-to-toe with White Russian Bear.
It's going to be a very, very close one. Their last two encounters was at the Backyard Brawl Grand Final and as I said earlier, the Boxing Day Classic quarterfinal. In the first match, it was just a utter battering. Bright Boy got 6-0'd, and we were all having flashbacks to Season 8 when Musique beat the champion Ice 6-0, which was a shock to the system. And they met again in the Boxing Day Classic, where Bright Boy lost 3-2. And, of course, White Russian Bear would later go on to be the grand champion of that tournament as well. Bright Boy is coming off a lot of momentum, as you did say. He won the European final in a very close match against Comfy Len, which was very interesting. But here, he's back on White Russian Bear's turf again. And if Bright Boy's going to beat him, now is the time. I believe that this is one of Bright Boy's kind of chances to really prove himself to be top flight. These two are top 2 seeded for a reason. These two are miles ahead of the competition on points, by the way, in my rankings. So this is literally number 1, number 2 seed. And White Russian Bear seems to have stopped functioning. Intriguing.
Yeah, that's White Russian Bear did say that there was possibility of something else going on at the moment. The like you said, it's really kind of clash of like two of the best boxers here in HBL today. Of course, White Russian Bear is going for his 3rd tournament victory this season, which is unheard of. I mean, for someone who's so dominant, of course it's White Russian Bear, but like when you hear of like people that have like dominated tournaments, a couple tournaments in a season, of course you want to think Musique and his unbelievable run in season 8. You want to think of Ice, of course, of his tournament wins. Egyptian Bagel, Fluffy Teddy Bear. I mean, Comfy Len has had really good tournaments as well. I mean, Bright Boy is up there in terms, in my opinion, in terms of those big factors in NHBL boxing. And being last season, he finished off season 9 being in the top 4, in like the final 4 of the NHBL finals, going oh so close to going into the Sasha Heavyweight Championship. All right, best 4 out of 7, so we're in for a good one here in this one, I'm sure. Oh, Russian Bear coming with a quick punch here. Whoa. Man, and Bright Boy's trying to stay in this, but it's just so aggressive. Wait, Bright Boy has it. Oh! Bright Boy almost came back in that one. 1 hit remaining, but Russian Bear right from the get-go. I mean, that's just not right.
So incredibly fast, using that speed to his advantage, absolutely went for that. You saw the immediate aggression and ring control from White Russian Bear, and Brightboy, who was simply not ready, decided to play passive, almost managed to fake White Russian Bear out. We have not seen that many people even do that in a whole series, and we get that in the first round. But but that is a testament though. Brightboy is honestly starting strong, because if he shows that he can bring it to the final punch despite being on the passive back foot, back up against the ropes, this is going to be very, very close.
All right. Both boxers eating their sandwiches, and they're off. So White Russian Bear has the up in this one. Bright Boy's not getting those hits off, though. But they're both missed again at White Russian Bear. Still 1 hit remaining. It's 2-0. Bright Boy is doing oh so close, but where it matters most, he misses his punches.
It's exactly that. Bright Boy, Right Russian Bear immediately again employed the ring strategy, perhaps wanted to try and throw off Bright Boy, and it kind of works. Bright Boy was probably expecting like a more passive thing. Maybe he could do a passive thing in return. No, White Russian Bear just steamrolls in and then gets 2 hits off. But again, Bright Boy is returning these punches. He's making the passiveness work while almost kind of losing in a sense. He's gotten rid of the Yeti. Maybe that'll help him. But again, if Bright Boy can keep up these performances, he's probably going to take a couple rounds off him. I believe in him.
And here we go. Russian Bear is not being as aggressive as usual, but Bright Boy not getting those hits off. Russian Bear has it up with the advantage, 3-0. Russian Bear has a chance to close this out early.
Jesus, that was amazingly well-timed reads by White Russian Bear, making sure that Bright Boy possibly got caught out by the speed of the beef that gives you that extra bit of speed boost. And White Russian Bear again though, but you see, despite not being as aggressive as he was before, that ring control that White Russian Bear can assert allows him to corner in like 90-degree angle, just corner Bright Boy directly, and it works. And he's 3-0 down. He's gonna have to reverse sweep White Russian Bear to make it through the grands. Now it's looking unlikely, but we've seen wilder comebacks.
We have. All right. So White Russian Bear looking for a sweep here against Bright Boy, which would be a statement to say the least. White Russian Bear trying to get up in Bright Boy's grill.
No way.
White Russian Bear misses, and no, he didn't miss that one. A clean sweep of White Russian Bear. Ridge. White Russian Bear had a clean sweep over the Tasha Heavyweight Champion.
He's unstoppable.
It's scary.
This guy is unstoppable. How do you stop such a consistent guy? You saw him going in every single time, taking that ring aggression. Cool. Okay. We've seen Spotton do that. We've even seen Retro do that on occasion. How is he getting these consistent hits off every single time? He's just outbraining him, outmaneuvering him, and the timing. And Bright Boy can't do anything. He's 11-0.
And the winner of the semi-final is White Russian Bear. Shout out to Fed. So anyway, White Russian Bear, that is now 11-0 in the first 3 tournaments, going for your 3rd tournament win. I'd probably put this as one of the most dominant seasons I've ever seen from one single boxer. Taking out Bright Boy tonight, who has 2 tournament wins under your belt. You've got 2 tournament wins yourself. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling confident.
Yep. Going into the final of the Fisticuffs right now, you'll be either taking on Mare or a fluffy teddy bear. Your thoughts about those 2 gentlemen?
Fluffy Teddy Bear I've known for a long time in boxing, and I'm fairly confident he will perform really well tonight. But Meh is a toss up really. It could be anybody's game. We could see either a total stomp from either side, or it could be an even match. It could be exciting.
Meh taking on Fly Potato Bear. Meh, the NHBL Fight Night Ironclad champion. Fluffy Teddy Bear doing his bulldozer for Payday 2 gimmick again. We always like to see it. So we're going to have warm-ups here between these 2 3-round warm-ups. Both these boxers look really good last night, but man, like I said, I've never seen a boxing strategy like that last night. And you know, you can kind of see how Matt just backs himself up. It is so risky to do that. Oh no, Fluffy Taylor doesn't want. He doesn't want to go in the corner. And look at that. I mean, I never even seen Matt do this in Fight Night, and that's remarkable. But nonetheless, Fluffy Teddy Bear doesn't want to mess him up in the corner, and that could be a factor. Think about it too, Ridge. Mind games. You don't want to do the same strategy you usually do because you know the opponent's going to counter it. Now it just messes your whole game plan. That's going to play a factor, I'm sure.
We see passive players. Retro is, in my opinion, from his prime, the best passive boxer of all time. One of the most aggressive boxers of all time, Spartan. You know, they're very different play styles. You can see that physically. But if there's one type of playstyle which I have not actually seen that much of, is the bamboozle them every single round playstyle. We've seen it attempted, but if Mez going to bring out a whole bucket load of different strategies, that's all well and good, because it might throw off the footwork. But you're only as good as your tools. If you have good tools, then you have an advantage, but you have to know how to use the tools as well. And Meh might get countered by Fluffy's just incredible consistency.
Right, and yeah, Fluffy has that consistency. He did say though a while ago, you know, that his fighting is not up to this, you know, to what he wants it to be. But I think what he's doing this season more so than he's done any other season is he's having fun with this. You know, he's doing down and going to Fight Night, playing his mashups that he's doing so well with. He's having fun this season, and I think to him that's what matters him too, because he's done a lot here in NHBL. So Fluffy did change his name to Mexican Bulldozer, kind of play on to Meh. Maybe a little bit of mind game there. Meh missed that one punch. Fluffy was able to connect with his punch of his own. Meh missing again. And Fluffy whiffed on that one. They both whiff. And Meh still on it, but no! Fluffy Teddy Bear was able to get that win, and you could see Meh try to be a little bit more aggressive than usual, and it didn't work out for him. So trying to mix it up a little bit, but I don't think that's the way to go to try to defeat Fluffy.
That is scary, because you see in that first round, Fluffy had the read, absolutely. The timing was impeccable, the footwork was great. Meh in the second half of that first round just went, right, I'm going to try and move around a lot. And it worked. He got 2 punches on him down, and Fluffy missed. So if Meh can just do that, we're in for a little bit of a treat. A little bit of a treat.
All right. So both boxers eating their sandwiches here as we go on to this one. All right, and Meh missing that punch. Oh, they both connect. Meh hits Fluffy, but Fluffy counters. They're all even here, folks. Both Fluffy counter again. The crits are off. But the gloves are on still. Fluffy staying towards the ropes here. Meh missed a punch.
Oh, goodness me.
And Fluffy makes it 2-0.
It's that mind game again. You see, like they're both like, it was just bog standard boxing at first, and then they instantly realized we don't have crits anymore, we don't have speed anymore, and we're both on 1 punch left. Who's going to bite the bait first? And the answer was Meh. I assume it was the kind of rookie thing of like, well, who's going to go up there first? And the answer was, it was going to be Meh. Fluffy timed that out perfectly and got the last punch.
All right. The boxers eating their sandwiches here. Fluffy's up 2-0 in this one. And both boxers connecting on that one. Just an even matchup this entire time. Man missed. Oh, but goated Fluffy Teddy Bear in! Oh, 2-1! Man countered that punch, almost baited him in. And that's what you need to do to try to get an advantage over Fluffy. He's into this one 2-1.
Very, very, very textbook kind of passive-aggressive play. You see, Mayor was kind of booked up against those back ropes, waiting for Fluffy to come into him and to kind of overcommit. And lo and behold, what happened? Fluffy just kind of overcommitted, and Mayor got the swing advantage, threw off Fluffy, put him back. Mayor went forwards. Easy as pie. It was. I mean, at least it isn't another 4-0. Jesus Christ! If it was another 4-0, I would have screamed. I would have gone. I would have left.
All right, the bell has rung, and we're going to get started here. 2-1 for Fluffy Teddy Bear. Man missing a couple of punches. Those are not what you need in this match. And Fluffy is just going to try to finish this off, but Fluffy missed that one, but it doesn't matter. 3-1 match point for Fluffy. Man did so good in the warm-ups, but now just kind of falling apart.
It's again the overcommitment because again, as I said at the beginning of this, Mayor has got a lot of genius strategy. It's varied, it's unpredictable kind of. There's always a level of predictability because it's like a database almost, but it's unpredictable to a certain degree. He has the momentum. He even has the fancy footwork you saw at the end of the match. Again, Mayor was able to back up and get in there, but it's a slump. But you have to use your tools properly. Mayor's on the back foot now. He's going to win 3 rounds straight. This is going to be tough, despite the tools in his arsenal.
All right. So Matt has to win these next rounds. Fluffy cannot win another round, or Matt is out of here. Oh, Fluffy spinning around, but Matt punches Fluffy. Oh, you see, trying to beat him in, but it did not work. Interesting strategy there. Fluffy throwing caution to the wind. Hopefully that doesn't bite him later on. Oh, and Fluffy missing a couple punches there. And Fluffy's down. And Mez just kind of waiting out because he knows that he's more health. 3-2. And Fluffy, of course, having some fun with this. But you got to remember, we got to hope that this doesn't bite him later on down the road.
He's getting cocky. He's getting cocky. See, Meh backed up against the first 10 seconds of that match. Meh was backed up against those ropes and just punished Fluffy's overconfidence. See, there's this kind of thing about Rocket League, right? You're up 3-1. You're on match point at the best of 7. What do? Well, the last thing you want to do is suffer winner's tilt. You get tilted so far up the ladder that you start relaxing. Uh-oh, you're within 1 now, Fluffy.
All right. Both boxers are eating, and they're off. 3-2 for Fluffy Teddy Bear. Taking on Meh. And Meh was able to get a punch up. I think Fluffy kind of missed there. And Meh just kind of huddling towards the red corner there. Trying to go for the punch there. Missed. Fluffy only getting 1 hit, though. Possibility for 2, but missed. But Meh missed that 1 punch. And now it's just fundamental. Fluffy Teddy Bear moves on to the finals. 4-2. What a good match that was. Matt almost pulled off a comeback.
That was incredibly close as well, and it was just 1 punch. And it's Fluffy Bear's just ability to read people, and it's Fluffy Bear's ability to read people as well as the fancy feet that he's got on him. It's hard as much as Matt is the Ironclad champion, which used to be the Iron Man champion, by the way. A little bit of trivia. Despite him being a very good fight night boxer and seemed very promising as well, beating Bags, which is no easy feat, Fluffy was just a little bit too kind of orthodox for him, and it paid off in the end for Fluffy. So, but good job for Mayor, though. Pulled out a lot of stops and was honestly pretty surprising for most of that match.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined here with a Fluffy Teddy Bear, or his name on Steam at the moment is Mexican Bulldozer from Payday. And here we are with him moving on to the final, a 4-2 victory over Mayor. Fluffy, how do you feel? How does one respond to this? Okay, so you're going.
I don't know. I don't speak Mexican.
You're going up. You're going up against White Russian Bear in the final. He looked pretty dominant lately. How do you feel about that? Alrighty, no problemo.
Well, I can translate that. Actually, wait.
Sandvich.
I can translate that, Clayface. Hold on, I can translate it. It translates to, I like cheeseburgers with extra No, that is not. I translated that wrong. All right, and synergy along with Ridge. I got some chocolate now because this Buffalo Steak Sandvich has made me kind of hungry, but I don't have any steak. Well, I got chocolate though. We've had a couple of pretty entertaining matchups tonight, Ridge, and I guess this kind of makes sense because now you have the two Bears fighting tonight in the finals of the Fisticuffs. I mean, we saw in that warm up of how aggressive these two boxers are. I mean, this is going to be an exciting match, Ridge, and give us some more details. What are you expecting to see out of this match against two boxers who are just so physical in that ring?
Well, I mean, it's Teddy Bear, right? One of the best boxers NA has ever known. Okay, I'm probably maybe a little bit controversially saying he probably makes fifth place in like the grandeur, the grand picture of NA, right? He's just been a little peppy underdog. He's sliding in there, and he's doing well, and he gets these wins, and he's reasonably good, you know. Started off in Fight Night, did reasonably well. White Russian Bear, he's got 2 wins on Teddy already, and he is currently on 11, which, by the way, I double-checked, does break Musique's win streak. Musique was on 9-0 before he lost in his third tournament in the second round. Russian is still undefeated at 11-0, and I don't know what the longest winning record streak is in the NHBL. That is a stat that we need to look up, by the way. After this is done, we need to do that. We need to look up how win streaks in the NHBL. We need to do that. But it's White Russian Bear. Guy's #1 ranked. He's beaten Teddy 6-1 in the grand final before in the Boxing Day Classic. And White Russian Bear took down Teddy and took down Spotton and Bright Boy and Prof Patrick to get there in the first place. He's beaten Spotted again. He's beaten Bright Boy again 4-0. Teddy is gonna have to. He's gonna have to don the tutu.
Down to sound the bell. You may begin.
Oh.
And the bell has rung, but it looks like there is.
Oh.
It's pretty obvious that White Russian
it's
Sandwich, so it's going to be a false start. So you get a warning. And
all right, let's try that again, shall we? Here we go. Final match of the Fisticuffs. Both boxers giving it them all.
Wow.
And Fluffy Teddy Bear giving his all in that one. It was 1-0 for Fluffy Teddy Bear.
Best.
Oh, it's Russian now.
It's Russian now, yeah. Best movement I've seen out of Fluffy all day. That was just textbook. Mates just played his cards safe because he knows the White Russian Bear is going to punish him at any given moment. Both of these two are very punish heavy. If you make one wrong move, these two, analysis doesn't matter. Look at this glorious creature that has befallen us today.
Oh, White Russian Bear wearing a tutu in a sandwich that can't hurt you. White Russian Bear wearing a tutu in a sandwich. All right.
I'm scared, man.
All right. And let's see if that tutu has any effect for White Russian Bear. He's down 1-0. Oh, look at those quick hits though for White Russian Bear. Oh, we missed that hit there, but it worked. It's tied 1-1.
Just that must have made Fluffy poopy panty. Oh my god! Just full on dominant aggression. We go straight into the center of the ring. He manages to back Fluffy into a corner, and somehow Fluffy manages to pull it back for a couple of moments. And again, we saw this kind of a little bit from the Bright Boy match. If Fluffy can get these consistent, like close, kind of knife edge results here in terms of how much damage they take, this could be a lot closer than we see. But that was terrifying. I need an adult.
All right, there's the bell. And we'll see how this turns out. It's tied 1-1. Oh, and look at White Russian Bear getting his hits, but Fluffy Teddy Bear. I think he missed a hit in the middle of that
Must have done.
that fight there, yeah, and it just that cost him.
That cost him dearly. You saw just what. So Fluffy has hit a dilemma. He's gone super passive against a super aggressive White Russian Bear. It hasn't worked. He's gone a little bit more aggressive against a sort of aggressive, sort of like center aggressive, less kind of, basically kind of a more aggressive from the center White Russian Bear, and it hasn't worked. What? I mean, it's only 2-1, but I don't know how. I wouldn't know what strategy to use here. I'm completely stumped.
All right. And 2-1 for the Russian Bear. Oh, and Russian missing that one hit.
Oh.
But Fluffy missed a hit back, so it's tied even. Oh, right Russian Bear getting that easy hit down. Oh! Fluffy Teddy Bear ties it 2-2.
At that point, it's just reflexes because Fluffy's coming because White Russian Bear is coming at you. The whole entire round doesn't matter until you get to that equal health threshold at one hit, and at that point, you see most boxers going just splitting apart from each other, going to like complete opposite ends, and it's like a game of tug of war. This, no, White Russian Bear flies in and he gets punished. It was just pure reflexes and movement that saved Fluffy there, and that was magnificent. So well done, well bloody done, honestly, Fluffy, well done.
All right, so let's see how this goes here. As things get a little bit more interesting here, and Fluffy Tabor kind of standing in his tracks there. Oh, it looked like White Bear missed a punch. Oh, he missed again.
Punishment. You saw White Russian Bear getting punished for the first time in this match, by the way. Properly, obviously punished. And it's clear, it's just Fluffy, again, took the time. And just have these reflexes. Now you see. Now it's more convincing because now Fluffy might have the stranglehold here, but despite it only being 3-2, because you see the momentum build. He's won the past 2 rounds in a row now. Oh, is that rather the crank wall?
Whoa!
Give me present, but it's February. It isn't Christmas. It's not even December.
All right, 3-1 for Fluffy Teddy Bear, or say 3-2 here, and 3-2, and Russian Bear trying to get back into this, but he's showing a little bit more of a steady pace in this one, and it pays off as he ties it up, and you could see in the way he was kind of shaping up for that match. You can see he's more focused, I think, now in this match than we've seen in this entire match against Fluffy.
That was definitely an improvement. It's the strategy shake up again. Because White Russian Bear came into the center of the ring, planted himself within that logo, and just stayed there. And what can you really do? You're backed up. He has half the ring to work with behind him, and you don't. So it's just ring dominance again coming out for White Russian Bear, and it was just waiting, taking his time. Love it. It was well done, I must say, for the strategy changer.
Right. So it's all tied up in a very thrilling match of boxing here. Oh, and Fluffy not getting that hit, and White Russian Bear misses, so there's a chance, but missing again, and the moments that Fluffy needed the hit, and he did not get them. 4-3 for White Russian.
I mean, what a way to sap momentum directly out of Fluffy's hands. Just incredible timing and patience now. It's the change up again in the play style. You see just the waiting game and Fluffy, but credit to Fluffy though, did bring it back in those last couple of punches. We saw the movement come out. We saw just a swiveling around the body, and he almost got a punch off there. Had he got that punch, I reckon White Russian Bear would have gone immediately aggressive, though. That's the thing, because he had the swing advantage. It's tough in that position. It really is.
All right. And 4-3. And here we go. And Fluffy Tabor ended up getting the first punch here.
Nice.
Oh, and a nice little hit by Fluffy. He's still in this up. A big margin here for Fluffy. And Fluffy tying it up 4-4.
Never gets old.
What a match we're seeing here, Ridge.
I mean, to be fair, like, at that point, because Fluffy already knows that he's on the swing advantage, at that point, Fluffy can just charge straight in, and that's what he did. Tanking that hit doesn't matter. You know, he's one hit away from dying. You might as well just sacrifice a little bit of health to kill him. So like the health pool there is basically functionally Fluffy only took one punch, which is it's just a switch.
Squid.
I don't know what to make of
or
that.
Octopus. Is that an octopus or a squid? Oh,
It's
no, that's a demon
Octodad
face.
mixed with an Oni face.
Oh, yeah.
What is
Oh, yeah.
happening?
Oh yeah, you know. All right, and here we go. Tied 4-4 here. One of these guys are trying to get to match point here in this one. And Russian Bear going aggressive here, hitting his shots.
Jesus.
Did not miss, and now he's up 5-4 match point.
See, that's how fast these rounds can be, especially with the KG, with the Buffalo Steak. But it was again just textbook kind of aggressiveness, and again, it's another strategy switch up. They're basic strategy switch ups, mind. One is passive, one's aggressive, but it works to kind of throw off that mindset and throw off the momentum. At the end of the day, switching up strategies isn't necessarily to gain a mechanical advantage, it's to degrade the mental advantage. It's to essentially just kind of make it so that, I can't beat him this way or the other way. Imposing different strategies has more of a mental toll than it does a mechanical toll. And it's match point. But before we go down to it again, I just want to say this is one of the closest matches White Russian Bears had. This is the closest grand final he's had, so but he's on match point, so this is going to be incredibly close for Teddy.
All right, so White Russian Bear can finish this out here tonight. Fluffy Tabor looking for the tie. Getting the first hit by Fluffy. Oh, but White Russian getting the hit, but Fluffy missed. And now it's just a last out and we got a tie!
What? That? Oh, either White Russian Bear missed, or he got baited so goddamn hard. This is the second 5-5 grand final in a row.
Incredible stuff. I mean,
could the winning streak end here?
And will we be seeing White Russian Bear winning another tournament, or Fluffy Tabor win a tournament here this season? Pressure's high. Oh, White Russian Bear missing that first punch. And White Russian Bear missing another punch. And now Fluffy missing a couple. White Russian Bear's getting back into it. Sudden death. Fluffy Tabor! Fluffy Tabor sent Fluffy Tabor sent White Russian Bear to Moscow, and Fluffy Tabor wins the My Variety Fisticuffs.
The streak is
Can't believe it.
over. It's Spun. Spun. Hey, Spun, how are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the prize presentation for the Fisticuffs of the National Heavy Boxing League. Gentleman's Fedora operating the live stream procedures tonight as Brand Flakes is off, and we got some prizes to present to these boxers here. So in fourth place, a record of 5 wins and 5 losses for the My Variety Fisticuffs. Bright Boy, congratulations to you on your 2-1 victory over Sandvich, your 3-0 sweep of Elgato Ancestral, not the result you wanted against White Russian Bear, but you're already playoff bound. So congratulations to you on your victory there. 7 wins and 6 losses are held by the third place victor in Meh, a fight night star in his own right and in the major circuit debut, shining bright with a 2-0 victory over Ragewell, a 3-2 victory closely over Baxter, and then just losing by 2 rounds to a fluffy teddy bear. Congratulations to you, and you've qualified for the playoffs based on getting to the Final Four. In second place, White Russian Bear getting through 2-1 against Spaten, a 3-0 sweep against Lunar Raven, and a 4-0 sweep against Bright Boy, letting it go all the way down to the wire against a fluffy teddy bear in the final. Congratulations to you. You're already playoff bound, but just an incredible feat from you. The first time this season that a tournament has not been won by either White Russian Bear or Bright Boy, and it goes to one of the many stars from the fight night scene in a fluffy teddy bear. The soundboard man himself got past 2-0 sweep of Katia, a 3-0 sweep against TD the Paradox, kept it close against Meh in the semifinals, but came out 4-2. And then all the way down to the final round against White Russian Bear, arguably the greatest heavy boxer in league history. And a fluffy teddy bear looking dangerous going into the postseason. Fluffy, I know how hard you train. I know how hard you dedicate yourself to this league. Congratulations to you on the victory. And to all 4 of these boxers, you're going to see all 4 of them in the playoffs. And as you saw by the tiebreaker earlier tonight, you're also going to see you are going to see Meh, and you will see Elgato and Baxter, as they have all qualified for the playoffs based on the tiebreaker earlier tonight and the tie-breaking scenarios for Meh and Baxter from last night. That's all for me. Congratulations to all the boxers in this tournament in the Fisticuffs. We got one more major circuit tournament with only 3 slots remaining to qualify for the playoffs, so the stretch is going to get even more intense as we head to the Battle Royale next month. Hand it over to Ridge to interview these guys before we have our Season 10 speeches.
All right. Thank you very much, Fed. I want to say I don't want to put a hex on this, but I've casted 2 grand finals in a row. They were both 6-5. Just saying. I'm joking. Which one of you is Bright Boy? Jump at me. Yell at me. There we go. There's Bright Boy. They're all red. I'm on blue. I made poor life decisions. So, Bright Boy, not exactly the result that you were necessarily wanting, but not exactly a bad one either, considering you're going up against White Russian Bear. How do you feel?
I feel great, honestly, because now that I know that he's going to be in the finals, and knowing that there won't be any, special items that you use in the tournament, only KGB, I think, from my perspective, I could probably take down the Russian Bear again. Fluffy did it too. I did once or twice. I don't remember. My memory is cringe, but it can happen.
Can happen. We've proven today that even the White Russian Bear is just about barely human. I don't know what he has for breakfast, but any words, because I don't know if you're in the Battle Royale coming up next month, but if you're not, I'm gonna assume that because it's better kind of drama here. Do you have any words to say for the grand final for the Sasha finals?
One word.
Uh-huh.
Or actually 2 words. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fucking beat you.
I'm petrified. Bright Boy. And congratulations on your 4th place. Meh! I'm going to shuffle right in here. There's no room here. They're all fat heavies. Oh my god. Now, Meh. An interesting debut, shall we say. A very interesting debut. How? I mean, was it what you were expecting? You beat Rager, you beat Bax, and you gave it to the eventual champion. So, is it what you expected?
I guess. I mean, it did better than I thought. I thought I'd lose first round, and here I am.
Fair enough, because it's kind of that experience, I think you'd say so, because you're facing off here against people who've been here for 3 or 4 seasons here, and White Russian Bear's been here since season 3 or 2. White Russian Bear's seemingly been around for forever. So, so what do you think then? What are your impressions of these fine boxes here, and of course the ones that you beat?
They are pretty good. I respect everybody here. They're amazing, and I hate this rule set. That's really it.
I mean, the Buffalo Steak is a acquired taste. I'm really funny. So, any words for any sort of competition going forwards here? Do you have any sort of fighting words for anyone else now that you have sort of experience here?
Punch. If anybody wants this belt right here, it's up for grabs.
Ironclad. It's tempting. It's tempting. It has history. God, I really miss what it was called, Iron Man. I really miss it. Thank you very much, Mayor. And I'm going to assume that this Skyrim bearded. This is Fluffy, so I'm going to assume that this is Fluffy. Hey, Mr. Fluffy. No, sorry, that's fucking. I'm very tired. That right here. Who's this? This is White Russian. Second place. White Russian. We've proven today that you're human. We've proven today that you're human. How does that feel? Because I don't know if your confidence has been rocked by that, or do you reckon that was a close match and you deserved it? What's going through your head?
Well, I've had this streak for the longest time against Fluffy, and you know what? At some point, it was going to end, and since this is the final season, what better time? Honestly.
Teddy is a valiant opponent, and I think definitely proven now that Teddy is number 2 NA. And Spartan might have to contest me on that one, but fight me. You are, of course, you are obviously bound for finals, obviously. So with this singular loss, firstly, are you actually signed up to the Battle Royale?
Am I? I don't remember.
I mean, if you are, that's another chance at redemption for you. So if you are, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm just gonna try my best, and if I lose, then oh well, so be it.
Fair enough. It's an honor to have casted that sort of play-by-play for that match. That was incredible, and thank you very much. Congratulations on the second place and a very hard-fought second place as well. 6-5 again. I'm just saying, I've casted both of them. No, sure. And lastly, Teddy, you have done it. You've won a tournament in the NHBL Season 10, and you've taken down the undisputed, very much disputed, but one of the best boxers the NHBL has ever seen. Tell me, just tell me, how do you feel after that win? Do you reckon that your confidence has just gone straight up? The real bulldozer. Now, obviously, Teddy, this win comes as a bit of a weird shock to many people who were like, "Oh, it's White Russian Bear. He's dominant. He will be able to destroy everyone." This comes as a surprise to many people. Did it come as a surprise to you? A non-voice chat answer. The rarity. As a final send-off here, you've made it to finals, obviously. Do you have, and this is a tradition with me, do you have any fighting words for anyone that might stand in the bulldozer's way? Tell him right now. Go and tell him. The microphone is right there. we have a couple of words for a few speeches. Now, I am tired. I am very, very tired here. So I will let Fedora do the introductions, but we do have some Season 10 finale speeches as per the usual traditional rules. So take it away, Fedora, on the introductions, because I actually don't know. I think it's Bax, and I think it's Bax.
Well, obviously, Ridge
I'm
needs
tired.
to. Ridge needs a long, long rest after calling a great set of matches tonight. So apologies to the next speaker here, because we were supposed to have him speak last night after the first 2 rounds of the tournament. So we apologize for not getting to him then, but we're able to get to him now. As we've said all season long during Season 10, after events in our final season, we've given people the opportunity to give a speech on reflecting on their time in the NHBL, what it's meant to them, and any specific people they wish to thank. So we have 2 speeches we're giving tonight because of him not speaking last night. So we'll first go to Mr. Spotton for his Season 10 speech.
Time for me to completely become another PR hazard. Alright, so I have notes that I actually ran down this time. Okay, so listen. Welcome all the NHBL viewers, fighters, whatever. I came to this league back in, I think, what was it, Season 4 or something? And I was just going in for a key. I said this before during the start of the season, but it's whatever. I'm trying my hardest not to curse. I have to stay family friendly. Okay. And I was just going through, fighting everyone, just going, whatever. I had won all of my matches up until, like, but I haven't made it into the top 4, but I almost did on my first season. And you want to know what bastard stopped me from getting into the top 4 on my first season? That bastard right there. Here. Through him, I learned something. I learned that there's a lot more to this boxing thing than hit registration screwing you over. It was something special, something with a lot more depth than I had ever imagined originally. It was so incredibly cool as hell. This is my one allotted curse word of the night. And it was something special. Throughout the seasons, I stayed in there. I just kept going more and more, practicing my style, getting everything down, and then Gator Roll happened, and that changed everything. My reputation went from just like another rookie boxer to being one of the top elite of the NHBL. Oh, feared and respected by all, I think, maybe. I don't know. And then there were some bumps there. Specifically in a man named Some Porcupine. You see, people keep on saying that you cannot skate from the gator's jaws, but I had never been able to latch my jaws onto this man named Some Porcupine, because he played one of the most defensive outboxer styles. I've been calling the defensive style the outboxer style. Shut up. And he was one of the, one of the most unusual boxers I've had to fight against. He was on point with his reflexes. He was so good at baiting, to the point where I think he started the whole entire baiting style in the league. He was amazing, incredible. Won several tournaments. I finally beat him. Then he quit boxing because I beat his streak. And through that, years and years happened. I didn't get to participate in Season 8 because I didn't have a functioning rig. And I'm just going to cut to the chase because I am doing too much history fluff. Basically, this league has meant a lot to me. Throughout every month, I'm always looking forward to getting home, and just like when I was in high school, I was like looking forward to getting home and doing this whole virtual boxing thing. Sometimes I try and tell my friends about it and get them to come to a Twitch stream. It's only happened once, and it was for one of the best rematches I've ever gotten that I still technically lost. And then I got another one today, and I lost that one again. Sometimes it just be like that. But anyways, I just like to say that this league has meant a lot to me over the years. It has built up my confidence. It has built up my ability to do speaking in crowds and whatnot, and has built up my personality in general. This league has even sparked an interest in me wanting to do actual boxing. In fact, I'm planning on doing some amateur boxing once this whole thing settles down. And if it doesn't settle down, I'm still gonna try and do it because I could use the workout. I love this league. I hate to see it go, but there are successors in the works, and I hope that you all stay tuned. Have a good one.
And now for the final word for tonight. It is to the one of the best commentators to ever do it, a fantastic boxer, and just all-around great human being who's been involved with the NHBL since about the same time as Spot and since Season 4. It's over to Baxter for the final word.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I had to flip my mic down. There we go. Y'all can hear me, right? Hello? Mic test. Uno, dos, tres. Yes. Fed. Fed. You can hear me, right? Fantastic. Thank you. All right. So, when I first heard, by the way, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. When I first heard that the league was shutting down, I'll be quite frank with you guys. I wasn't very happy about it because it came out of nowhere. I was just floored because all the great memories we've made here that you've heard told from all the heavy boxers and the commentators and the refs that have given their speeches thus far. Just all of that was going to go poof, gone, never to be mentioned again. And yeah, I was I was miffed about it for a while. But as I look back on it, I realized that, to kind of play off the old tired slogan of, don't frown because it's over, smile because because it happened. You know how everybody says that. But for real, when I look back on this league, I have nothing but fond memories of it. If anybody told you 10 years ago that we were going to make a heavy boxing league in a 12-year-old video game with notoriously bad hit registration, and we were going to take this thing as far as it could go, people probably would have laughed you out of the trade server, right? No, like nobody could take that seriously. Like, this isn't a serious esport; it's heavy boxing. The hell cares about that? It's you do that when you go and want to box for a few keys on a trade server, right? Like, what could you possibly do with that? But the people around this league who had the heart and the soul and the determination to make this into something, I give them all the credit in the world because, we've done something that nobody could have possibly predicted. And Fedora, I give you and Clayface and Sins and Brand and partly myself all the credit in the world. We took this league from just some Friday night goof off with 3 guys running the show to, honestly, I will say it, one of the premier esports in Team Fortress 2. I mean, that's a pretty crazy thing to say, right? A heavy boxing league that gets huge YouTubers involved, Big Joey, Bearded Expense, Pyro Joe, a boxing league that somehow gets the sponsorships of Lazy Purple, Black Wonder, Scrap.tf, Marketplace. It's amazes me how far such a silly little idea has come and how much a silly little idea means to so many people. When I first got here, it was that's what it was to me. It was just, a silly little goof off thing. I was a commentator. I just watched people try to figure out TF2's wonky hit reg mechanics every Friday night. And that's what it was. It was good fun. But, as we've progressed throughout the years, as we've seen new faces come in and new faces go, it's tough. It's tough to just say goodbye now. And I this league itself has taught me a lot as a person because, like, every time I've thought about quitting, every time I thought I would never make it, I've had this league where I've persevered and I've gotten through it. I started out as a lowly commentator. I didn't think I was that good, but then I kept getting better. I kept putting myself forward. I kept applying everything. And I managed to get to a point where I was the head play-by-play guy, hiring people and commentating the NHBL Sasha Heavyweight Championship. I thought, this was fun. There's no way though I could like do this every Friday night. There's no way I could just like put together a fight night, if you will, and get new talent in and take this league to places it's never been before. And we did, with the help of Sins and Clayface and Fed. We made a weekly event that's been filling up the servers every week, week in, week out. And actually, 3 of the 4 guys that you see up here on the winner stage right now got their start in Fight Night. That's pretty crazy. I said, okay, yeah, but now I want to try some boxing, but I'm probably not going to be any good. I'll probably be a first round exit most of the time. Guess what? That was the case at first. I sucked. I won't disagree with that. But as I kept going forward, kept getting better, kept training, kept fighting, and now I'm at the point where I'm the reigning NHBL Fight Night champion. I've been picking up win after win in most of the major league tournaments. And fun little fact, I'm about to become, if this stands, the longest reigning NHBL Fight Night world champion of all time. Most accumulated days. So take that, Mr. Russian Bear. Whoop, my fan club now. But more to the point, I think once this league's done, when the final bell rings at the end of June and we've crowned our final world champion ever and the league ceases to exist, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be sad that it's all gone. I'm going to be thankful that I had the opportunity to call the matches here. I'm going to be thankful for all the friends that I've met along the way. I'm going to be thankful for everything that has transpired over these last 10 years. And I ask you all in your future to take that with you as well. Remember this league not as just some silly goof off thing that you did on a Saturday night. Remember it as a silly idea that had so much heart and soul poured into it that it became something greater than anybody could ever anticipate. And I thank you all for tuning in over these last few years, and I thank you all for everything you've done, and I will take that with me forever and always. Thank you very much. Also, Bright Boy, you're not taking this belt off me, so yeah. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great night.